Well, here we are again, just you and me. How are you? Here we are, episode 6 of The Unapologetic Man. I decided to change it to episodes instead of days because I realized that I wasn't doing consecutive days completely. I wonder, sometimes my voice is a little bit out of sync, and it kind of catches up. Hey, Kristen. How are you? Boy, I haven't talked to you for a long time. Hi, Sue. How are you? Hi, Aaron. I'm glad you could be here. So, we've been talking about the 3 questions, and the first question was, who am I? Okay, that's number 1. Next question is, what do I want? Third question, where am I going? And these are the seemingly simple but very deep questions that if you answer within any with any thought, it will tell you a lot about the foundation of really your life, and you get to have a hand in that. You get to be the author of your story. You really do. You are the creative force in your life. So why not? Why not make it a great, great story? And I said yesterday that there was actually a secret. It's not really secret, but a 4th question, and it's almost just as important, but it's not mandatory. And the 4th question is this. Are you ready? Drum roll. 4th question is, who's going to go with me? So you've got, who am I? What do I want? Where am I going? And then, who's going to go with me? Who do I want to invite along with me? Who do I want to be my traveling companion? And this is an important question for a lot of people. I would say the vast majority of people. And for a lot of people, of course, it's going to be a significant other. For some people, it might just be a friend. It might be a business partner. There's a lot of things it could be, but for most people, what they're going to first think of is a significant other, or an LTR, which is, I understand, dating lingo for a long-term relationship. So, what if you were able to choose a mate based on knowing really, really well who you are, which is, I'll remind you, what do you believe? What do you stand for? What are your values? How can you be counted on to show up? And based on what you want, which we'll go over real quickly, that is, what is the experience of life you want to create for yourself? And then after that, what are some of the actual logistics that might provide that experience? And then finally, where are you going? What is it that your life is about that's bigger than just survival, that's bigger than just getting by, bigger than survival, bigger than those kind of things? So the final one is, based on knowing those things, who do you want to invite to go with you? What kind of person would you want to spend a lot of time with? Maybe the rest of your life, for example. Now, the funny thing is that the way our society's set up is that we pick someone to be a mate, and then we figure out who we are and what we want and where we're going. And hopefully it lines up. A lot of times it does. Somewhere around 50% of the time, I guess. And then a lot of times it doesn't, or it changes over time. So even if you're in a long-term relationship or you're married and you decide to delve in and really find these things out for yourself, it doesn't mean that you're going to immediately leave the person you're with. But it does mean that you want to communicate to your partner, hey, these are some things I've discovered. These are things that I know about myself. These are things that I would like to do. This is the direction I would like to see my life go. Or maybe if you have a family, you could have a vision for your family. Say, hey, I would like our family to be here in 5 years, or whatever it is. And there may be some negotiating around that in terms of, it hasn't maybe been the status quo up to that point. There are other times when you get to know these things about yourself and you realize that you're not actually with someone who's compatible with those things, and they're not interested in going along with you. And a lot of my clients are in that position right now. And I know it's really sad, but it's better to face reality than to run away from it. The the interesting thing is that we, like I said, pick a mate before we really know who we are. A lot of times, very young in life, and we say, well, this person is great. They fit everything, because that's the honeymoon period, right? When you first meet someone, which is also called, I understand, limerence. A word I just learned recently, which sounds to me a little bit like a shampoo that makes your hair shiny, but limerence is that honeymoon period, that time when, I always say that there's kind of this phase where you go, hey, you're perfect. You're everything I've ever wanted. You like pizza? I like pizza. That's awesome. Well, that, of course, eventually transforms into, ideally, a more mature love that's not just that pink cloud. And the more you know about yourself, the better off you are in terms of choosing a mate. So if you happen to be single right now, I suggest you do a really in-depth journey into who are you, what do you want, and where are you going, before you decide who it is that you want to invite with you. All right, that's the fourth question. I'm going to cut this one a little bit short today because I have a young girl who is feeling a little puny, unfortunately. So I'm going to go take care of her. But we're going to talk a lot more about some of these things in terms of being able to not apologize for who you are, not be ashamed of what you want, and not ask permission to be on your mission, not ask permission to be going about what it is you're here for in life. That's pretty much the whole foundation of the unapologetic man. It's not, and for anyone who has just joined us, it's not someone who doesn't ever apologize when it's not, warranted and necessary. In fact, quite the opposite. But it is about not apologizing for your life. All right, thanks for joining me on this little adventure I'm doing. I will see you next time, and until then, have a great night. Bye, everybody.